Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are gonna be continuing the module short story narrations for the various operators in Arknights. Today with the one for operator Ebenholz. And as always, we shall take a look at the module short story first and then at what the module upgrades for the operator. However, before we begin, quick side note, the operator here, aka Ebenholz, has a second module which is Theory Expositor, which we're gonna cover in a future video. Somewhere probably around the time when Zwillingstum is going to be releasing, either right before that or during that one, depending on if the story in this module is gonna expand or do anything else for that side story when it drops. But we'll see about that one when the time comes. For now, let's take a look at our short story for today. And before we begin, very quick side note, first off, it never occurred to me, but the wand that he's using literally looks like a piece of candy, I'm not gonna lie. It looks dope, but it looks like a piece of candy. On the other hand, the dice tray, that is classy. And one dice tray like this for a set of D&D dice? Yes, please. But anyway, the module and the short story are titled Originium Dice Case. And it goes as follows. Could you be... Ebenholz quickens his pace as he exits the medical department, hoping to shake off the person behind him, but he is nevertheless followed all the way to his dormitory door. You have crossed the line. What does it matter? I thought something was different about you. I can see now. It really is you, Graf Urtica. The man's forehead is rife with sweat, his voice dramatically lowered. I know you. You're just biding your time, waiting. You have the wrong person. Impossible! Look at these! Hagenau's inherited dice and wand, which went missing along with him 20 years ago. He and I grew up together. He told me himself that they were bestowed on his family by the Emperor. Hagenau? I'm not familiar. But I know what these are. Nobody else could have used them as weapons. The man pants, and you have no idea what I went through afterward. Everyone said I was tainted by Hagenau's madness, shunned me, but Hagenau was never mad, and neither was I. I even caught a ripathy thanks to their backstabbing. I lost my land and my family estate. I fell from being a well-to-do squire to this sorry state. You have my sympathies. No, that was nothing. They were crueler still, 100 times over. 100 times? Just what did they do to you? They dared to slip my only daughter some kind of drug, and she disobeyed me. You understand? She went and married a filthy commoner, even had a bastard child. Can you imagine such disgrace? One worse than death? Would you truly permit such a scandal if it were you? I beg you, take me as a retainer. Take me back to that age, when we controlled with fear, when we made the petty thieves who dared question you shudder in despair, to when we contrived such presumptuous thoughts from the commoners' minds. Of course, I would gladly accept any treatment, be it favor or reprimand. I would fear you as though every day were my last. I would serve you, heed your every command, should you call for my life to... Ebenholz sighs the heaviest sigh, gathers the dice in the hollow of his palm, and presents them to the man. Very well, you will become my retainer here and now, with a secret ritual. Close your eyes, and listen well. The man's entire body trembles with excitement. Fick der Graf Urtica. Fick all die Kaiser, fick all die Kurfürsten, die Herzogin, die Grafen, die Baron, as well as you, Herr Knappe, or should I say, Herr Ex-Knappe. The man's expression gradually twists. Wake up. No more living your dreams of superiority. You've lost your land, so do as the prideful commoner does and lift your head, puff out your chest, and live on. That is the one and only word of advice I'll give you. And that is our short story. For those of you who do not speak German but might have already picked up on what he was saying, I mean, it's pretty much the same word as in English. Just the one letter in there is different. The E is replaced by a U. And yes, he basically said, fuck all the nobility. Well, all the nobility, except he doesn't mention the twin empresses or the former emperor, because, well, lore reasons. But, that is a statement, and you gotta love this guy. Anyway, we shall now take a look at what the module upgrades for Ebenholz. But first, the usual traits and talents. So, trait: attacks deal arts damage. When unable to find a target, attacks can be stored up and fired all at once, and he can store up to 3 of those charges. His first talent is Dynamics. These stored attacks deal 135% damage and can store 1 extra charge that is only used when attacking elite or boss enemies. The second talent, apologies, the second talent is Appoggiatura, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Apparently that is Italian, but anyway, it says if there are no other enemies near the target, the attacks deal an additional 15% attack as arts damage. Neat. But what do we get with the module? Well, the most obvious changes immediately when you swap between them are the attack value going up and him being able to attack faster, aka he gains a bit of attack speed. The more significant change here is instead of 3 charges, it is now 4, as you can see. But what do we get with further upgrades? On stage 2, his base attack and speed will go up. By the way, on stage 1, the attack speed is a plus 3, so it's okay, it's there. But anyway, the first talent, Dynamics, gets upgraded. From 135% damage on these stored attacks, it goes up to 140, and on stage 3, it goes to 143. So TLDR, not much of a change, I will say. The more significant change here would be the 1 extra charge that he can store, plus maybe the flat attack that goes up, which is always nice, means just extra damage. But I do not know, this is just extra 8% damage on those stored attacks. I do not see that much of a significant change with that upgrade if you go all the way up. So this one is up to you. Maybe there is some math here that I do not see, but just on paper alone, 8% from an already very good 135, not much of a difference. And as you're pretty much aware, of course, as well, the overall, considering I haven't upgraded this from stage 1, you can literally see here how much it would cost you to go all the way from stage 1 to stage 3 at the bottom, and it's quite a lot of very expensive resources. So pick your poison. However, I will say stage 1 for the module is pretty decent. 1 extra charge, which means 1 extra hit of 135% extra damage. Mwah. Ebenholz explosion? But yeah, anyway, this will be our story for today, and the module itself, like I said, we are gonna cover the second one once we're closer or around the time of Zwillingsstimme release, so stick around. And as always, if you like this video, please consider leaving a like, it will help me a lot. If you're new to the channel and wanna just hear more stories narrated in this kind of fashion and voice acted, as you just heard as well, if this is your first time hearing something like this, stick around. Subscribe. There is a lot on this channel when it comes to stories, and I mean a lot, I'm not underselling it. So enjoy, and of course, if you want to support me and my work more directly, there are memberships on the channel, 3 of them in total, and like I always say, they are pretty much there just to support the channel and me and my work, and there will never be a video that is behind a membership wall. It is purely there just as a more substantial revenue, you could say. But anyway, thank you very much. Hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.